Good morning, everyone, and happy Cinco de Mayo. It is Thursday, May the 5th, 2016. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder of Quantum Leap Futures and the head moderator here. Each morning we get together in this go-to to take a look at the market macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. This is a subscription room, so if you're looking to come and check us out, I'll put up my contact information in just 1 second. Before I do, please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. If you do want to get a hold of me, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com or contact me on Skype at Doug_McKay. I'll be the one from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. My YouTube channel is Quantum Leap Futures. Just do a search for that. There's over 300 days of these videos up on YouTube. If you like what I do, follow me on Twitter at Crazy2. There's no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything online here in the live go-to, including live trading and analysis during the market hours. Okay, so yesterday our main hypothesis was to get stuck in the wick and get a rotational day. We were looking for a move up into the 51 area between the range low at 48 and 51, and then fail from there, rotate down, and go take out the overnight low, which was down at the 40.50, and possibly test the year open and our daily ATR target down to the downside at 37.75. A lot of buying came in. It was very choppy, and they kept on coming down, and the buyers kept on stepping in the 41 and 42 range. I think there was some distribution. You can see we've got some pretty decent kurtosis here, around the microcomposite VPOC of 45. There was definitely some buying or selling. Well, there has to be buyers and sellers, but there was some distribution or accumulation going on yesterday. There was a lot of OTF, intermediate OTF activity. We finally did dip down and take out the overnight low, and then they bought it up and they rotated it. And I was saying if we got back into that 48, above that 48, we could get a squeeze up into the 50, 60 area, or 55 to 60 area, up towards that composite VPOC at 61. They waited to do it overnight, and they took it up to the high overnight, which is up at 60.50. Okay, so let's take a look at our news for the day. We just had news. It wasn't very exciting. I was expecting a much bigger rotation off of it. Building permits came in, was a big miss in Canada, and unemployment claims was a fairly big miss in the U.S., and yet we rotated, I think, 4 points max, not even. So it was a sleeper for sure. News the rest of the day, we've got natural gas at 10:30 Eastern. We've got FOMC member Bullard speaking at 11:30, and that's about it. It's going to be a slow news day. Trade the rotations. Don't worry so much about revaluation. Going to the regular chart, just to do our morning session, I'd like to start the day with a larger time frame and work my way down. A simple candlestick chart with a 9 EMA, 20 SMA, looking for slope and separation to show the strength of the trend or where the trend is being violated. You can see that we have violated the trend on the January and February, but we took it back in March and April, and so far in May we're still holding above the 9 and the 20, so the trend is still intact on the daily, on the monthly. On the weekly, we came down yesterday, or over this week, I should say, to test the 9 EMA, but so far we bounced off of it, and we've got slope and separation to the upside on the weekly. Daily, a little bit of a different story. Got a bit of a rollover. test of the 9 EMA will take us back up into that 2064.50. There is a naked cross up at the 2071.50 area, but so far we're seeing a start of a possible down trend on the daily. Going to the intraday, we have had these downward trends. They took it back, continuation. Now they're trying to take it back, and so far they failed to get and hold above the 20. They're coming back, and they're now just below the 9. So we got sideways consolidation on the 4-hour. On the 1 hour, we do have a bit of an upward trend, but it is being challenged right now. We've lost slope, and we're below the 9. A move down to test the 20 will take us down into the 20.50.75. Going to the 30-minute, sideways consolidation, 15-minute, sideways consolidation with a downward skew. We are below the 9 and the 20. We do have separation, not so much slope. So we are seeing a little bit of weakness as we come in to this RTH session. We've got a little bit of slope and separation. We are below the 9 and the 20 on the 5-minute. Take a look at the big structure. Before we take a look at the big structure, I just want to point this out. We're going to be opening up, okay, probably inside, just inside of the last 2 days. And there's a wick, there's 2 wicks that we have to deal with, one below and one above. But we've got a gap close above at the 56.75 with a naked VPOC above, and we've got a gap close below at a 46.75 with the naked VPOC at 45. So we've got 2 strong targets as well as 2 strong magnets. We've got the former microcomposite VPOC at 40.50 below us, but we've got the composite VPOC and the last quarter microcomposite VPOC at 61.50 and 63.50 above. So we've got a lot of targets above and below, and that's going to give us 2-sided trading today. So I'm expecting to have a very rotational day today, and probably an inside a rotational inside day in the wicks. Now go to the big structure now. You can see here's the wick from Tuesday. Here's the wick from yesterday, and the wick from Friday. And you can see how blunt it is on the microcomposite. Even if I bring this day in to this profile, the microcomposite VPOC does not change. It's at 20.59. There's no need to have that in there right now. Price acceptance in this range is up here at 59, but we have 47.75 and 40.50 as key levels below us. Not to mention the very, very, very important level, which is the year open at 37.75. And then we have the long-term microcomposite VPOC here at 63.50 with the 61.50 just above. So there's a lot of big price targets in this area, and we're not likely going to get much of a directional day. I'm looking for a rotational day with an upside bias towards the 59.50 and the 61.50. Key levels to watch out for is going to be that 58 above us, below it, the 48 obviously getting back below Tuesday's range would likely bring us a target down in to take out the naked close and the naked VPOC down in yesterday's profile. Key line in the sand for me is going to be the year open at 37.75. We found strong buyers down here in the 40.50 to 45 range yesterday, and overnight they took us up. Overnight inventory is net positive to neutral. You can even see this on the overnight profile. So I'm going to bring the overnight profile in. Our overnight high is at 60.50, just below that composite VPOC. Our overnight low is down at yesterday's VPOC at the 45.75, just above it. And we've got this balance area around the overnight VPOC. It might shift to 53, but currently right now it's at 54. And that puts us right at the top of the range from the prior day. And then we got these wings here. This also looks like I don't know, what do they call those, Star Wars land flyers or whatever, with the two wings. But you've got two wings with, very low price acceptance here and then here. And again, this is going to cause a lot of quick rotations. So I'm expecting to have, fairly strong rotational pulls in both directions. So you have to really keep your risk in check today and don't let a position get out of hand, because it could move very quickly. If we get below this 51 area, it can move pretty quickly down into the 45 and down into take out the range low from the prior day. So I really don't need much more than that from overnight. So let's take a look at where we're trading currently. As I mentioned, we're going to be opening up probably inside of value of Tuesday, inside of range of Wednesday, and we've got strong magnets, okay, well within our range. Our overnight low being at 20.4575. Our 20-day ATR target is 22.18. That brings our daily ATR up to 68, off of the overnight high of 20.6050, less the 22.18. 20-day daily ATR target. That takes our daily ATR target down to 20.38 and a quarter. Again, just below, or just above, I should say, the globe. I can't talk this morning. Just above the year open at 37.75. So levels we have to pay attention to is we have to pay attention to the value area of Tuesday. We dipped into it, yesterday and then failed, but we are back inside it now. So I'm going to be using the 51 and a quarter as a trade area. Obviously, I'm going to be using the range high and this 54. I'm going to use 54. Above 54, I want to get long into the 56.75 to take out the naked close and the naked VPOC above. And then the value area high from Tuesday is up at 58.75, so I'm going to use 58.75. Above that, I'm looking for a move to take out the overnight low and back into the longer term balance at 61. The range high from Tuesday is 63 and a quarter, which is just one tick below that last quarter microcomposite VPOC from 2015, and then above there 65.50. Our daily upside target at 68. Our key line in the sand still remains up here at 69.75. 69.75 puts us, I believe, back into a run to test the 86.50, 85.75. Remember that 86.50 is the longer term microcomposite value area high. And then above that, I think we are free to make a move back into the 2100s. Levels below, you've got the 51 and a quarter, then you've got the value area high at the 48 and the range low from Tuesday, and then below that the overnight low, the naked VPOC, the naked close, and below that you've got the 42 as the value area low, with the microcomposite VPOC at 40.50, and then the daily ATR and year open at 37 is going to be our key line in the sand. Because if we get below that, I'm targeting 34, and then the next key line in the sand, which now becomes support, at 32, and then 31 and a quarter, 29, 25, 22, and then that 19, and the next key support, which is that microcomposite LVN from the last quarter of 2015, and our weekly ATR target still remains the same down here at 2011. The weekly ATR to the upside does change because we went down. 2039 is our weekly low, which we put in yesterday in the RTH, and our weekly ATR is 65.8875. So our weekly ATR with 2 days to go is still all the way up here at 21.05, which is just below the new all-time high. So if we do get a run today to the upside, you know, we're getting pretty close, you know, to not being able to make it there based on we're trading here. So we got 22, 40, so call it 44 points, and we're trading at the 2052 area. So we, we'd have to put in 2 full days right now to be able to make it up to the weekly high or the weekly low. I still think that the move is up. This market is still finding buyers, as it showed yesterday. So hypotheses. My main hypothesis is a open auction in range, maybe inside of Tuesday's value, chop in this area, come down, take out the naked VPOC, the overnight low and the naked close here, chop around here, find buyers, and start working our way up, okay, and coming up and taking out the 56.75 naked VPOC, chop around here, and possibly a late day probe into the 61.50. I think it's quite possible we see a neutral day today. The second hypothesis is a move up into value of Tuesday, take out the naked VPOC, find responsive sellers, rotate back down, and move our way down towards the 45, possibly coming down into towards this 40.50. That's my secondary hypothesis. Both of them include taking out both the 56.75 and the 45. I just don't know which way we're going to do it. I still think we're going to get stuck in these wicks and take out both these targets, but my overall is a move up into the 61, towards that 61, that magnet sucking us back up in here. But there is a lot of undetermined value in this area with targets both above and below us. So we have to really have to be a two-sided trader today and not get too biased to one side. My third hypothesis is we find initiative buyers right off the bat. We come up here into the 56, we leave this 40, this value area alone, and then we chop around in the 56 and we make a late day probe and we go into a continuation, day up through the 61 and come up here and take out the 65.50 and get a bit of a trend day. possibly even come up and test the daily ATR, maybe even at 69.75. So that's my third hypothesis. And fourth and final hypothesis is we open up and we have a very tight day and we get a late day probe either to the upside or to the downside, but we have a very tight range getting stuck very solidly around this 51 to 55 area. Anyway, that's what I'm looking at. The current situation we've got on the Renko with Keltner is we are below the 24-hour VWAP, VPOC, and Keltner center line. So it looks like if we hold below that, a move down in to test the value area high and the range low from Tuesday at the 48, 47, 50 area. If we get back above the Keltner center line, a move to test the upper Keltner line takes us up into the 59 area, and that takes us, through value on Tuesday and gives us a destination trade, 80% destination trade through value on Tuesday, taking out that naked VPOC. Quick look at gold. Gold continues to find balance in around the 1283. Key levels to watch for. We're holding right now above the 1286.20. If they continue to hold this level, I'd be looking for a grind today up in gold back towards that 1296 and possibly even test the 1300. But if we can't hold the 1286.20, a move back to the 83 and more likely coming back down to the 1275. 1275 is going to be the key line in the sand below us. Below that, I'd be looking for a move back down into the 67, 68 area in gold. But we are balancing right now in gold with a minor microcomposite VPOC at 83 and the longer time frame microcomposite VPOC up at 96. Anything below 58, we've got to be looking for a continuation down back towards the composite VPOC down here at 1235.30, which is the most traded price going back to October of 2008 for gold. Okay, that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.